Symphony of Soul is an Austin-based charity that is devoted to providing healing and uplifting music to people in need. Essentially, we hire professional musicians to provide live musical medicine for the soul to people who are confined in care centers and facing difficult times.
I played for a young girl. She was 9 years old, and she was in a wheelchair, and she had had seizures, a tremendous bout of seizures, to the point where she was practically brain dead. And so I played this piece. It was a really fun piece, and she kind of just turned her head, and the way we were sitting was very awkward. It was kind of like she was almost right next to me, and I was not really facing her, but she turned her head and looked at me and just stared at me, and she was like, her head was right there, so I could kind of catch her glaze as I'm playing out forward. And then when I finished playing, the nurses go, "Oh, that's great." And they asked her, they said, "What do you think? Did you like it?" Expecting either that or that. And she like cracked a smile and nodded her head. And so they just kind of gasped, and I was like, "Thank you." And so we left, and then they sort of pulled me aside, and they were like, "Did you realize that she hadn't smiled or moved her head in months?"
I founded the charity in the year 2000 when my mother was diagnosed with cancer, and I sat at her bedside at MD Anderson Cancer Center, and she asked me to sing to her to help her relax. And so I sang to her very prayerfully. I had my eyes closed. I was there sitting at the side of her bed, and I didn't realize that the nurse had opened the door to the room, and the other cancer patients on the ward had gotten up out of their beds and were standing in the doorway listening. And that's when Symphony of Soul was born.
My mother was in the Wesleyan nursing home up in Georgetown for 9.5 years. And she recognized me, and we had great conversations for about the first 5 years. And then suddenly she didn't remember me anymore. And then soon she wasn't really talking. But the last time that she recognized me was their big Christmas party. And I was asked at the last moment to sing a song. And I thought, oh my goodness. And so I looked over, and there was this lady who was about 100 playing the piano. And she said, "What key do you sing in?" And I said, "I don't know. I don't read music." I said, "Let's go for Oh Holy Night." And so I managed to hit the high note, and it went well, which was a miracle. But the real miracle was that when my mother, who was way at the back of the room, heard the first few notes of me singing that song, she turned to the person next to her and she said, "That's my boy." And that's the last time that she ever recognized me. They rushed her up to the front thinking maybe she would remember more, but by the time she got to the front, it was gone. But for those few seconds, she knew it was me.
Music has the ability to unlock what's deep inside of people, what's been buried by either, physical trauma or emotional trauma, or a combination of the two. That music has this ability to sort of relinquish that emotion, relinquish that, inner feeling that's been buried, and it gives people a chance to express themselves in ways that they've never been able to, either physically or emotionally, just unable to express themselves.
We all come into this world with our signature song or our special purpose or contribution that we can make. And when we step up and we express our gifts in the world, we're part of a greater symphony.
It's just so rewarding for the staff to see too, because it does bring everybody together to realize that there is a commonality in music and a real spirituality about it that everyone can enjoy.
I'm very thankful for Symphony of Soul to give me the opportunity to support myself in my endeavor of trying to provide my craft and what I do to audiences that really need it.
You, with your donation, are making it possible for people who are homeless, or people who are dealing with cancer, or people who are very sick in the hospital, or people who are in the shadows of Alzheimer's and feeling isolated in a disease where they can't even remember who they are. You are making it possible for these people in the darkest parts of our society to experience the light and the hope and the joy and the love and the comfort that live music can bring to them.